talking about my October wrap-up and what books I have read, as well as the Goodreads Choice Awards, since it was posted just last night. And I'm really excited to see the results of what was selected to vote for this year. In the month of October, I read 7 books, and I had 1 5-star, and everything else was a 4-star, so I had a really good month. And I read, I think it was 4 arcs, such really good read month for my NetGalley account. And I read A Darkest Secret Magic, and that was 5 stars. It was really good vibes. It definitely gave me the Halloween feelings, and the romance was really cute. It felt like a young adult, but I can't remember if it was or not. But I would definitely recommend, if you would like to read a fall vibe book in the month of October, I would recommend A Dark and Secret Magic. I read Raven's Saga Volume 1. That was an arc, and that is a graphic novel that I really enjoyed. I think my daughter would really appreciate to read it. It's based off of fairy tales, and you got Mother Goose and a few other characters in the story, and I gave that 4 stars. It was a nice read. I read Accidentally Wedded to a Werewolf, and that was actually my favorite read of the month, even though it was a 4-star. I really enjoyed it for the characters and how it progressed through the story. And I would recommend you reading this if you really liked Mate, or if you like Tessa Bailey, because it was definitely a bit spicy to read. I read And Now Back to You. That is the second book in the First Time Color series. I really enjoyed that one. I really, the main male character was definitely my cup of tea compared to the first book, First Time Color. He definitely was more emotionally attached to what I feel compared to the first book. So I really enjoyed that book. I'm looking more to the rest of the books in the series by V.K. Morrison, so I will definitely keep my eye out for the third book. I read If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 4 stars. The only problem is it was just too long for a romance book, but I really enjoyed the characters. And if you want a fall book between September to December, definitely great vibe, because it went through the whole entire seasons, and I would recommend that book. And it's worth the hype. I read Bitten. I was definitely into my werewolf era this month for October, and I gave it 4 stars. It definitely gave me all the werewolf vibes I wanted, a little spice, and it gave me high school vibes in a castle setting. I read How to Write Your Love Story, and this was set in Ireland, and I gave it 4 stars. It was a really cute read. I really enjoyed it. The only problem is it felt too instant lovey, and it was rushed at the end, but I really enjoyed my read. It was a very great read month for the month of October. I read 7 books, and I can't wait to get to my reading for the month of November. Now let's get to the Goodreads Choice Awards and see what options we have to vote for this year. For the Goodreads Choice Awards, we have fiction category. I voted for Wild Dark Shore. But the one that I have on my list to read is My Friend by Frederick Bachman. For historical fiction, I've heard really good things about The Malfi Curse by Sarah Benner. And I can't remember any other books on this. Oh yeah, I've heard of Broken Country was really good. I heard Atmosphere was really good. I heard Homeseeking was really good too. I've heard Bright Years was really good. Let's go to Mystery and Thriller. I voted for Vera Wong's Guide to Sleeping on a Dead Man. I was almost thinking about voting for Richard Osman, so we'll have to see if I change my vote or not. I do have the first book in the Vera Wong series that I'm looking forward to getting to. I've heard good things about Famous Last Stories. Of course, there's like 3 Frida McFadden books to choose from. And then I see the sequel to The Perfect Divorce for the Perfect series, which I believe is The Perfect Marriage. Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. Beautiful Ugly. The Ghost Rider. Not Quite Dead Yet. Of course, that made it. And The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. Romance category. I voted for The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I really enjoyed that book very much. Of course, Abby Jimenez by Bill Remby was on there. First Time Color by B.K. Borison. Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. Storygraph by Lucy Score. It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. Of course, Allie Hazelwood made on the list for two of them. She made Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood and Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I don't know how well Emily Henry's going to do because I have not heard good things about Great Big Beautiful Life. Bag Borrow Steel by Sarah Adams on the list. Elsie Silver with Wild Sides on the list. Tourist Season by Breen Reavers on the list. One Golden Star by Carly Fortune. Tall Summer in U.S. Park by Megan Quinn's on the list. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we got for Romantasy. And for Romantasy, of course, I voted for Onyx Storm because I really enjoyed that series, even though a lot of people don't. Of course, we have The Songbird and the Heartstone by Carissa Brabant. Shuttle Sparrow by Debbie Perry. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick. Mate by Allie Hazelwood was on Romantasy instead of Romance. A Witch's Guide to Magical Inconvene. Alchemized by Sandlin Yu is on the list. Rose and Chains by Julie Soda on the list. A Compass to the Villain. Enchantra. Wild Reverence. I've heard of Artificious Oath, but I have not looked into it. Emily Wilde's Companion of Lost Tales by Heather Foss on the list. Silver Leaf by Danny Francis. On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolland. Immortal by Susan Tan. Direbond by Sable Sorensen. Now we go to Fantasy. I voted The Strength of the Few by James Inglington because everybody is talking about that series so much. I heard of The Reagan Scholar by Antonia Hutchins. I'm going to be reading that one soon, so we'll have to see how I like it. T.K. Fisher, Hemlock and Silver's on the list. Water Moon by Samantha Soda Vow is on the list. Oh yeah, that's like The Everlasting Alex Haro for Good Things About. Sirens. Oh, Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garbage on the list. Capacitus by Eb Kong on the list. Bare Bones Midnight Soil by Hugh Swab. Bergens and Bread Knives by Travis Baldry. Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson. Let's get into the horror. I've been trying to get When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy from the library. I'm still on the waiting list for that one. Well, Grady Hendrix made the list. Oh, Play Nice by Rachel Harrison made it. Of course, Glove Hunter made it on the list. All the Bewitching made it. We Love You Bunny and Bad Year and Other Names for Cora Singh. And two more categories. I'm going to do Young Adult Fantasy and Sci-Fi and Young Adult Fiction. I voted for Sunrise and Reaping by Suzanne Collins because I really enjoyed that series. Rose Rocket made on the list. Language of Dragons. Immortal Consequences. Our Infinite Fates. The Forgery of Fate. Breath of the Dragon. Oathbound. Floating World. Barbara Witch. Every Spiral and of Fate. Watch Me. And Fearless. And the last one is going to be in adult fiction. I don't know if there's any that I've I tried reading The Thrashers by Julie Soto. I didn't really care for it. But meaning to read, I'm not Jessica Chen. But other than that, I think that's it for the Goodreads Choice Awards. Let me know what you're going to be voting for and what you think should be on the list for top reads for 2025. And I will see you next time. Bye!